sensory neuron that is there in our body. Now, the next type of neuron is the motor neuron. Now, motor neuron is responsible for carrying the impulses from the central nervous system to the effector. You people remember what are the two types of like effector that we had discussed? Mariam, do you remember the effectors? Aisha, what about you? You remember what are the two kinds of receptors? Oh, sorry, effectors?
No, ma'am.
No. Who else? Uh, Saida, you tell me the
Ma'am, is
two
it
effect.
muscles or the
Yes,
glands?
exactly. The muscles or the glands, meaning the parts that will actually form the response. So the motor neuron, they carry the impulses from the central nervous system to the effector. Then we talk about the association or relay neuron. Now, these are the neurons that connect, like, have you people ever been a part of a relay race? Have you people ever had a relay race in your school? None of you. Like the race wherein you carry something, then you run and you give it to another person, and then that person runs the relay race.
Yes, Miss.
So,
Yes, Miss.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
right? You might have had it in younger classes, not now, but in younger classes. Okay. So the relay neuron does exactly the same thing, meaning it connects the sensory and the motor neurons together. So it connects them. So whatever impulses the sensory neuron is sending, it takes it from the sensory neuron, gives it to the motor neuron. So it is sort of like the relay race only, and that is why the name relay is there. Okay, so it can be also called as association neuron, or you can also call it as relay neuron. And it is responsible for connecting the sensory and motor neurons. So the three types of neurons are clear to everyone.
Yes,
Any doubts?
no.
All right. Also, students, how was your test? The test you people like attempted. How did your test go?
It
Did you
went well,
people?
ma'am.
It went well.
Alhamdulillah.
I okay. And when did you people attempt your test?
Ma'am, this online test,
Yes.
ma'am, are you talking about the online test?
Yes, the test here at Learnivio.
Oh, yeah. I attempted on Saturday. It was fine.
Okay. All right. So the types of neurons are clear to everyone?
Yes.
All right. Okay, very good. Now moving forward, let us see. We are talking about receptors a lot. So let us see what are some examples of receptors. So see, the most common type of receptor is the olfactory receptor. Now this receptor is responsible for olfaction. Now what is olfaction? It is the sense of smell, and they are located in our nose. So, as soon as a bad smell or a good smell comes to your nose, you people understand, okay, that okay, this is a good smell, this is a bad smell. Why? Because of the olfactory receptors that are present inside the nose. Then comes gustatory receptor. Now, gustatory receptor, these are the receptors that are present on the tongue. And since they are present on the tongue, they are responsible for the sense of taste. You can taste salty, sweet, bitter stuff because of these receptors that are present on your tongue. Now, apart from these two, there are several other receptors as well, such as auditory receptor for hearing, thigmoreceptor, receptors, thigmoreceptors for the sense of touch, thermoreceptors for the sense of heat, and visual receptors for the sense of sight, so that you can be able to see. So these are the various kinds of receptors that are present inside the body: olfactory, gustatory, auditory, thigmoreceptor, thermoreceptor, and lastly, visual receptor. Are the receptors clear to everyone? You understand
Yes.
that how a receptor will perceive the information, right? If it is a smell, whether it is good or bad, it will like take the signal, send it to your brain. Now your brain tells you that the smell is bad or smell is good. Now see, have you people like do you people use perfumes or deodorants or body mist or ether or anything of that sort? You use? Or you like everyone must have smelled ether and stuff, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, have you ever noticed this thing that there are like for mainly for girls, right? Just like if I say for myself, for example, if there is a perfume or if there is a deodorant that is very floral smelling or very fruity smelling, then I will like it. But if the smell is a little harsh, I won't like it. But then there can be other girls that like the harsh smell and do not like the fruity smell. You're getting my point? Maybe one thing which is good for one person, it may be completely different for another person. So it depends on the brain of different persons, right? Isn't it? How many of my girls here, they like fruity and floral scents, like the floral aroma and stuff? How many of you like that? All of you? I hope all of you. And who all like the musky smell?
I like both.
You like both. That's great.
Yes.
Like as far as the musky smell goes, like it gives me a headache. I can't even tolerate it. So it goes from person to person and it
No,
is
but
different
white
from.
musk is very good.
Oh, yours is good. Maybe you have a very nice version that I don't have. Okay, yes. So you people understand how important receptors are, right? If just imagine a life without receptors, you can't hear, you can't see, you can't taste, you can't smell, all of these senses which makes us human, they will be lost. So the receptors are extremely important. And all of you know what are the five sense organs? What are the five sense organs,
Yes.
students?
Sight, smell,
Hmm.
touch,
Meaning organs, I'm saying organs. So
Nose,
eyes,
eyes,
nose,
Skin,
hmm,
tongue,
hmm,
nose, ears, eyes.
yes,
yes, yes, everyone's right. All righty. So this much is clear to everyone, right?
yes.
Okay. Now you people can note down and then we'll move on to the brain, human brain. Is it hot where you people live?
Uh, yes, in the morning it's kind of hot, but at night the temperature becomes normal.
Oh, here in the place that I live, it's the same throughout. It's like I wake up in the morning, it's like I'm waking up in the afternoon. It's the same throughout the day.
38 degrees Celsius here.
38, it's 45 here.
It was 45 few days before, but now it's going down.
Okay, now it's like reducing.
Yeah.
All right, you people can switch off your videos and write down comments.
Ma'am, can you scroll?
Everyone's done, students? All of you are done?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you do some down?
Ma'am, can you scroll?
Okay, everyone's done? Students, are you done? Tell me.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So now let us discuss about the human brain. Now we know that human brain is one of the components of our central nervous system. And our central nervous system, it has two components. The first one is brain and the next one is spinal cord. So two components are there. Now, You people, like, you can feel your head, right? So the brain is protected inside the brain box, or you can also call the brain box as the cranium of the skull. So the brain is very hardly or very strongly protected by the cranium. It is the skull. Now, this brain is the main coordinating center of our body, meaning every single activity that you do, every single activity. Students, why only one like student switched on the video and rest of you are like, ma'am has switched on the video, you people also switch on the video. Come on, quickly. Only one student had the decency to switch on his video. All right. So as I was saying, that brain is the coordinating center of our body. Now, what do I mean by coordinating center? It means that all the activities that we perform, every single thing, right from like I'm here teaching you people, you are here listening to me, all of this is being done by the brain. Brain helps us to do all of these things. Now, remember that since the brain and the spinal cord, they are the most important parts of our nervous system, they have to be very well protected because they are very delicate structures. So they are protected by three membranous layers. So three layers are present surrounding the brain and the spinal cord, and those layers are known as meninges altogether. Meninges. Now these meninges are of three types. There is dura mater, arachnoid layer, and then there is pia mater. So three layers are there that altogether protect the brain and the spinal cord. And these three layers, or you can say the membranous structure, these are known as the meninges. Dura mater, arachnoid, and pia mater. Now, the space in between these membranes. Now see, first of all, this is one layer, and then there is another layer, and then comes another. Now, each of these layers have certain spaces in between them. And those spaces are not vacant. They are filled up with a fluid that is known as cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. Okay? And it is present so that to work as a shock absorber. So the space in between each of these membranes, they are filled up with a fluid filled, like a proper fluid is there, and that fluid is known as cerebrospinal fluid. Now, remember that this CSF, that is the cerebrospinal fluid, it is responsible for the protection of the brain and the spinal cord from the shock or injury. This is why whenever we jump, whenever we do a lot of exercises, whenever we run or do anything of that sort, our brain does not displaces from here to anywhere else in the part, or it does not have a damage. Why? Because to protect it and the spinal cord from any kind of injury, these cerebrospinal fluid is there, and also the meninges are surrounding the brain so that no shock, no injury can, you can say, bother the brain. Any doubts up until now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Clear to everyone?
No doubt.
Okay. Now, one more thing is that remember that and yes, just like how the brain is protected by a bone, proper bone, which is known as the brain box or the skull, right? Same way, the spinal cord also is protected. Now, if you people go and touch your backbone, can all of you feel it? Can all of you feel like a bone is there right
Yes,
in the middle
ma'am.
of your body, right? That bone is your vertebral column. That bone is your vertebral column. It is the backbone, and it is responsible for protecting your spinal cord. Okay? It is responsible for protecting your spinal cord because remember, even though the brain and the spinal cord, they do all the functions in the body, but they are very, very delicate and they have to be protected at all costs. Have you ever heard or have you ever seen in a movie or something that whenever a person gets hit on the head and experiences a very severe injury or accident, that person often has the loss of memory, right? The person suffers from the loss of memory, and then hand and leg coordination is also lost, meaning now the person can't even walk, can't even lift up like his or her hand, or not even feed himself or herself. So the brain is that important for our body, and it has to be protected at all cost. This much is clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, now if we talk more about the brain, so the brain has certain parts, like the brain has been divided into three major parts. Those are the forebrain, the midbrain, and the hindbrain. Now, this is depending on the position. Forebrain is this side, hindbrain is the back, like the base of the neck, like the base of the brain. And then comes the midbrain, which is situated in the middle portion of the skull. So these are the three parts of the brain, and they're extremely important, and each of them have their own functions to perform. They have their own variety of ways by which they can do the activities in our body. Okay, any doubts up until now, students?
No.
All right, okay, now you people can note down.
Ma'am, can you scroll?
Everyone's done?
Yes. Ma'am, can you scroll down?
Is everyone done? All of you are
Yes,
done?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please scroll down.
I have taught till here only. Let's just wait for all the students to complete and then I'll discuss more. Okay.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.